What's up, everybody? Okay, so we had Camron talk today about Dipset. Good. This is what I always like about Camron. He always tells the truth. He always, even if he's wrong, like not back in the day, but like the new Camron, he tells the truth. Okay, make sure you smash that like button if you're getting in the room right now. Yeah, the new Camron always keeps it real and tells the truth. So he talks about past problems with Dipset, like with different members from Dipset and everything. And he talks about when him and Jim first fell out, and like when he had the fallout with 50 Cent. 50 Cent was on the radio and he thought he was talking about, well, he said he could only be talking about me because he was kind of downplaying Caution. We were the top guys there. What's good, Polo? What's good, Mac Millie? What's good, Joe Niche? So that's how that started. I remember when that the day that happened because I was at a video shoot with Jim Jones and Joel's for a video that he had on Koch, and I remember they were like thrown off because they didn't get a heads up. Watch you loads, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Smash that like button if you're in the room right now. So, anyways, Camron talks about like past problems with like Hell Rell and J.R. Ryder and why they didn't go on major label. He said he's all good with them now, but they went through some turmoil. He got them from Luca Brasi, who had like up and coming guys, and he was releasing mixtapes like early 2000s. He liked them, and he asked if he could get them. Luca Brasi said, "Yeah, here they are." Now, basically, what happened from there was, J.R. Ryder was on fire. Everybody caught like fire on their own, and Camron had a vision of everybody having their own crew. We know Camron with Dipset, Joel's was on Def Jam, Camron was on Rockefeller Def Jam, and then Jim Jones decided he couldn't really wait for a deal, so he went to Koch. But Jim Jones has always caught fire on his own. So he said at one point, like, just skipping around. He asked Jim if he was, thinking about going out on his own and getting his own crew, and he said no. But then he just started Byrd Gang, so he said I copywrote it because I felt like he could have kept it real with me. So when he didn't keep it real with me, I just like copywrote it. But then he copyrighted something of mine. So Cameron's kind of a savage, okay? Like, he said, "Oh, you're not going to be honest with me and you're not going to do that? Well, okay, I'm going to copyright your shit." So it's like, that's what happened with that. And then he said with J.R. Ryder and Hell Rell, he told them to wait for a deal, but they wanted to go get some money at Baby Grand. And he said, if you go to Baby Grand and your numbers aren't amazing the first week, it's not going to be good for you when you go, going to a major, because they look at strictly numbers. And that's what they did. And then eventually J.R. Ryder had to go to jail at one point, and he said people usually lash out at me when things aren't going right for them. So J.R. Ryder was going to go to jail. He wanted to give, and he needed some money. So he said, write these records for Juju. Was it Juju? Yeah, maybe Juju. Was it Juju or the other girl? Anyways, write these records for her and I'll pay you. And he said, nah, I ain't writing no records for no money, blah, blah, blah. And then he went off and dissed Camron, but they're cool now. But, Hell Rell, I don't remember him ever having a problem with Camron. He's always been pretty loyal. Hell Rell has always been pretty loyal. And then Joel's, of course, had a problem with Camron, but that's because things weren't really going in his favor at that point. Zachary, what's good? Season's greetings to everybody in the room. So it was an informative interview. He talked in another interview about losing his girlfriend recently. That's really sad. I forget what the point I wanted to make with all this stuff. So he was talking about all that. It was a good interview. It was a good interview. He kind of broke down all the problems he had with Dipset at one point and how he resolved everything. Damn, there was one other thing I wanted to touch on with Camron and Dipset. He wished that he had more understanding, he said, and, everybody had their own crew and had more of an understanding with Jim Jones so they didn't fall out. And then, oh yeah, Votto. He talked about Votto and why they fell out. He said Votto just out of nowhere started telling him like, "Yo, stop talking about me. Stop talking about my back." And then, he said, "I'm not talking about you." He tried to call him and he wouldn't pick up. So then he was texting him. And he said, "Let's meet up and talk. Like, I don't know what you're talking about." And then Votto texted him the next day and said, "Yo, I was just tripping. My bad." Camron said, "We're cool." But he said he didn't want to deal with that problem anymore, And, like, who wants to deal with an ongoing problem, So Votto presented a problem, and he said, "Yeah, this might be just more work than it's worth." So he let it go. What's up, everybody? Yeah. Yeah, but, it was a great interview with Camron. I liked it. Kev Smith was good. Everybody smash that like button if you're in the room. Smash the like button on 3. 1, 2, 3. Smash that like button. That's very important, guys. Yo, JT, love your content, but I'm definitely always first in line. Najee, I see you. Can I pay for music video on your channel, bro? You can pay for promotions, John Haas, and you hit me up at jordantowermedia@gmail.com. That's jordantowermedia@gmail.com. Votto turned his back on her. Did he? Chris G was good. Bart Simpson, I see you. What happened to the show with you and Emmerich? Why did it end? Our schedule started to conflict. I do it every day, but Emmerich had some other things going on, so we ended it. But I just spoke to him like an hour ago. I mean, we're cool. Little Babe, 2 clip. Mike Polk. Yo, JT, what it do, homie? What's good, man? Joe Niche. I need a Stacks Bro hoodie. Go on my store. It should be linked below, and go grab one, man. Aces, M1. I always enjoyed watching the Hip Hop Live show. Well, you got me. I mean, me and Emmerich had a little better banter, but, we'll get back to it one day. Smash that like button, everybody that's in the room. We're not getting a lot of likes, man. And happy holidays to everybody. And, if you're down right now, let's get to some, positive. If you're feeling down right now, make sure you take life one step at a time. Sometimes we have setbacks, but you gotta be patient, and take it one step at a time. You can't just rush to the top. And sometimes we have setbacks just to humble, just to recalibrate, and then take a few more steps forward after that. And then, you might take 20 steps forward after that, So a setback can be for a major comeback, It's a true test. You get, time is everything. Patience is a lot, and persistence is a lot. You got to stay persistent, and you got to realize you got to define your own success. You can't let people define what your success is. Only you can define what your success is. If you're living for other people all the time, you're never going to be happy. And find happiness in the journey and not in the wins, because you'll be let down a lot if you find your happiness in the wins. Because sometimes you're going to lose. And when you lose, it's really just a learning lesson. But if you find joy in just the wins, you'll probably give up. So you got to find joy in the journey to the wins, You got to find joy in the whole thing, man. I'm very tired, but I'm trying to complete this live for you guys. I appreciate you guys. Get in the comments. Tell me what you guys are doing for Christmas, man. Why never nothing on Lloyd Banks? Well, Lloyd Banks isn't doing anything. Lloyd Banks is chilling. He's not really doing much. Sneeze, do right. That light keeps tripping, man. It's these hue lights, but they don't like being in a dimmer. All these dudes keep asking, I'm doing Banks NBA Christmas all day because Lloyd Banks is washed up. He's a little bit. Am I the only one hitting the like button? There's not enough people hitting that like button. But we're going to go live in a little while, a little later. I appreciate you guys very much. Shouts to Denmark. Good evening. Holly from Denmark. And what else is going on, guys? 125 watchers, 37 likes. Yeah, come on, man. Smash that like button on 3. 1, 2, 3. Smash that like button for me real quick. Jamaica, what's good? Little Babe 23 Clip, what's good? Done. I appreciate that. What's going down with J.R. Ryder? He's still down with Cam? Nah, he's doing his own thing, but they're cool. Camron made peace with everybody. You know, he's a different Camron now, which is good. He used to be very spiteful. All right, so I'm going to be back. Tony White, Bart Simpson, Little Babe Quick, Hartford, everybody in the room. I appreciate you guys. Fearless, I see you. Logan Howard, Joe Niche, Marshawn Logan, Andre Barros, Goulardi, Sneeds, Marshawn Largan, Najee, Day Productions, IRT. I see everybody in the room. Appreciate Joel Pierre. I'll check you guys on the next one. This is Jordan Tower, JT News.